be good. She's, you know, what I'm talking about. Please give it up for Michael Ann.
All right, how you guys doing tonight? So this is my first time. So seeing as I'm about to lose my stand-up virginity, I have some requests. So I need you to take it slow and go easy on me. I need lots of giggles for foreplay. If anyone wants to get me wet, that would be really helpful. And somebody should grab a towel for after in case it gets a little bit rough. So my name is Michael Connor. I am not a man, not an Irish man. It's not cool. And if you are out at a club and you see a girl who's a lot hotter than me, chances are she does have a dick. I'm not American. I am Canadian. This is my first time living in America. And of course I chose the Bay Area. Love the Bay, love the Bay. And Canada and the US are similar. Lots of similarities. There are some differences though. We have a lot more water, more land, more resources, healthcare, healthier political system. Not like I'm bitter or anything, or having insecurities about being the underrepresented younger sister or anything like that. But you know, it's cool. It's cool. So another thing that I noticed is that's very different between Canada and the US is dating. And not only is it different, but dating in the Bay Area is something really unique all to yourselves. I have never experienced anything like this anywhere in the globe. So I have a question for you, sir. Are you from the Bay Area?
No, I'm visiting. I'm available for dates.
Bagged any SF chicks yet?
Not yet. I've been in 2 hours, so I reckon give it 4 hours.
Yeah. There's a table of Russian. So one thing that I noticed that is a go-to here is sex on the first date. This seems to be a given, normal. This is not normal. There is nowhere else in the world that is a given. That is your go-to. In fact, everywhere else in the world, you try to avoid having sex on the first date. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, right? But that's not your go-to. You try to avoid it. You sleep on it, right? If you're really hot and bothered, you need to make a phone call at 9:45 in the morning, so be it. But at least sleep on it first, right? Safety, one reason. 2, it avoids those what the fuck moments. And 3, what is 3? 3, it shows basic self-restraint, you know, character. So I'm in the Bay Area and I figure I should, you know, check things out. So I decided to go on a date. And because I'm in the Bay Area, I figure I should go on a date with a boyish looking girl. So we're on a date, we're talking about the whole first date thing and self-restraint. And her response is, well, self-restraint? Why would you need self-restraint? And I'm, well, you know, don't you ever, you know, sleep on something and feel very differently about it the next day? And her response is, well, yeah, of course, carpe diem, that's why you fuck him that night. So I didn't really have much of a response to that, so it was a bit of an awkward silence. And then she turned to me and she said, so does that mean we're not going to fuck tonight? My response was, when in Rome, brown butter. So in Canada, it's a completely different ball of wax. We're a very apologetic, polite society, which makes for very emotional men, and I gotta wrap up, that are very, very sweet, but they are pussies, right? Typically will be sushi and the art gallery. You will definitely be going Dutch, and you are not getting any play at all. You might get finger banged if you attack them, but chances are you're probably going to see a chick that's far cuter and more interesting. So I met a friend down here who was telling me about a long courtship. He waited 2 weeks, 2 whole weeks. He was hanging out with a friend who he's known for a while, and she was making excuses to sleep over before he realized. And I said, she's not sleeping over, he's sleeping over. So it's their first makeout session, and they're making out for 20 minutes. 20 minutes, right? Hot and heavy. First makeout session. And she turns to me and says, I'd really like to bang out the ass right now. Bay Area, thank you. San Francisco, on the other hand, man, this place stinks. I was walking here last week through the financial district, and I'm thinking, what is that fucking stench, dude? Like, where's that coming from? So I'm looking around, there's no porta potties, there's no dead zombies, there's no one having a protest with dead, aborted babies or anything like that. And I realized that it's coming from underneath me. It's coming from the sewer system. Your shit stinks, San Francisco. So I'm a bit of a research hound, like Canadians are known for documentaries. So I did a bit of research, and I realized that just next door here, Chinatown, at the turn of last century, had a scalding case of bubonic plague because the residents there could not afford to bury their dead, so they submerged them in the sewer system. I did a little bit further research to see if the sewer system has been revamped since then. It's inconclusive. Just thought I'd let you know. So, I have a question. I like to take polls, and I'm wondering if you like oysters. Sure. Yeah. Bet you like pussy too. So I've been taking this poll, and it is actually true. Women who like oysters generally like pussy. So I know it's kind of hard to figure out who's who and what's what in the Bay Area, so I got some tips for you straight guys looking for girls that you might actually get some play with. If they don't like oysters at all, you're good standing. I also wonder what the karma of television producers would be. Because the last couple years, TV has just gotten absolutely tragic. It's horrible. It's kind of like a disintegration of, coke to crack. Quarter the price, twice the addiction, and a hell of a lot more buzz. So I'm now having to read before bed because there's nothing to watch. So CSI and reality shows. And reality shows have been around for long enough that they are now becoming an art form of their own. And my favorite reality shows have the most descriptive names, like Vegas Jailhouse. You know exactly what's happening there. And my new favorite one is called Haters. So I was watching Haters last week, and they had the celebrity from The Bachelor on, and this is a show where they find people who hate on celebrities, like really hate on celebrities, go off, then they show the celebrity a tape of this person going off, and then they secretly introduce the two of them, and the celebrity has to try and convince this person that they're not such a bad person. So, Bachelor Dude is on Haters, and this young woman just doesn't want to have anything to do with him. She thinks that he is the most shallow thing walking on two legs. So, of course, he tries to buy her shit, take her on a plane ride, and show her his mansion to try and convince him that he's a real person. And this doesn't work, surprisingly enough, so he gets completely frustrated. And in one scene he goes, I just want her to know me outside of reality. I shit you not. Okay, so then that means that your reality is fake. Thanks for coming. I don't know what the hell kind of Oakland you're living in, but the kind of Oakland I'm living in, sun and free parking, and it's lovely. I'm in West Oakland, and where I live, I gotta walk 10 square blocks to find something edible. 2 blocks to get my hair and nails done, 5 blocks to pray at a church, 4 blocks to smoke crack, but 10 blocks to get something edible. You know what that tells me? Next, need to stop worrying about the hair and nails and need to start praying for food.